Hello everyone. So today we are staying in a Kappa Bell house, bed and breakfast for tonight. And my friends arrange a cake for me because I have a birthday today, like after 12 o'clock. It's 10 to 12 now. So let me show you inside where we're staying tonight. Beautiful guest house, but like it's night time, so they close the light and all that. Let me show you all. So this is our room. And today's a good day, yeah, that's right. Like we have to go early in the morning for Aillwee cave, which is nearby this place. So that's why we plan to stay here tonight and go early in the morning, after 9:30 I'll say. And we'll do some drone shots and we'll show you. That's me, Arshad, and this is Sunny. Sunny, I wave in the camera. So let me show you how it looks.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, seen it right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, seen it right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares.
we are back in the room. Now we are thinking what to do next. Let me show you around. This is a bathroom here. It's really nice P&B actually. Preparing to go to sleep. Mr. Rashid is already falling asleep. Sunny, bhai, what are you doing, man?
I'm eating a cashew nut.
How are you, Mr. Rashid?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, very good.
Hello, everyone. So, we all are enjoying here in the night. Sunny is enjoying. Sunny is having a cashew nuts. Sunny, how do you feel about this room?
It's nice and very comfortable.
And did you recommend to your friends?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
See what Mr. Arshad is saying. How do you like this room?
Yeah, it's really nice. Beautiful.
And are you feeling sleepy now?
Not now.
But are you gonna sleep soon?
Yeah, after 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You have to wake up early in the morning, you know that.
Namaz.
Yeah, for the prayer as well. And 9 o'clock we have our breakfast. And then we are heading up to the Aillwee cave.
कोई नहीं आ गया सब उधर बैठ के खा कहती है मैं आपको जल्दी नींद
This is the view. It's very windy today here. That's the mountain you see. It's called the Burin. Sunny, what are you having for breakfast? Oh my god, orange juice. So, it's a breakfast. That's a fruit unit. They have some orange juice and we ordered a cheese omelette, so it will be there soon.
We both walk on the same floor. We don't share the same idea. But I'm not going to give in. We've been fighting for so long over things that passed away.
This is our omelette for today. Mushroom and mixed herbs in it. Some cheese there as well. signpost here that Aillwee Cave is this side. So we'll follow up the signs. Usually I use the navigation, but I didn't use it. This way. So you can drive into this cave and then you have to get the tickets for the cave and the bird show. Beautiful fountain. Actually, yeah, it's kind of fountain. I thought it's a burst pipe. So that's a parking lot here, and as you can see, there are eagles and vultures here. So we're gonna park the car here and we go to the cave. Aillwee Cave, what we are here for. As you can see, the vultures up here. This kind of eagles here as well. I just asked their staff that will they allow to fly a drone up here. So she's going to get a permission if we are allowed to fly the drone, but I doubt it. There's a tourist buses coming up here as well. Shop here, souvenir shop. By the drone.
Namaste. I'm trying to remember my Nepali now. Are you grung?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. So, funding research on watches.
Look at it. Look at him. Oh, he's whistling, isn't he? Why are you whistling, man? Huh? Then you find a Nepal flag here. Very good. Now, it's a falcon. Yeah. Called Simon. There's one up here as well. It's called Lemon Falcon. And Sunny's saying hi to Millie. And he's a falcon too. He's trying to jump in because I think he looks scared. We'll walk around the other side as well. They might have some birds there as well. Nothing. I'm too.
I'll get a phone for you. Canada, little couple stay there.
I can buy it, he says. इधर ही आएगा ना
Are you filming? Now. Namaste.
Very good, very good.
From Ireland.
From Ireland.
James, what's your Mr.
James, Sunny.
Sunny.
Sunny
I'm
from
this
Nepal.
country. Nepal. Nepal. Our brothers.
Al and Guan. Oh, here is hot. There's two of them. They're gonna hang out.
बंद कर दिया ना उसने
This is the view of Ballyvaughan.
11 o'clock. It's
That's
going to be
fine.
the green tour that
Green
you're on
tour, okay.
today. Hold on to this ticket because you're going to need that back down at the
Okay,
Birds
yeah, for the
Centre.
birds.
So just before 11 a.m. you'll hear David, who's here behind me, calling for the green tour.
Okay.
You'll be meeting him just at this spot.
Perfect.
Okay,
That
thank
will
you.
do. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
David, and I'll be guiding you through. I just have some things to say before we go in. So the cave was made by water underground, and I'll talk more about that inside as we go. But because of that, the ceiling is going to be low in places. So as you go, will you please mind your heads inside? I'll be warning you about that the entire way through anyway. The ground is also going to be wet, so please just take it nice and carefully. We have pathways the whole way through and handrails in most places. So we should be underground for about 45 minutes. We've got about 7 stops along the way. I'll be talking at every stop for a couple of minutes about what we're looking at. And so 2 of the stops are going to be bridges, and then toward the end there's a flight of steps going down. And like I said, I'll be warning you about everything as we get to it, so nothing unexpected will come. But if you'd like inside, you're more than welcome to take photos, and you can also use flash. Okay? Now sometimes people go into the cave and they might get a bit nervous inside. They might feel like they need to leave the cave again. But to be honest, there's really nothing to worry about in there. But if we get to the first stop, and if anybody feels like they need to leave the cave for whatever reason, will you please let me know? And it's totally fine if you need to turn back to us.
It's a precautions before you enter in, because some people will get exhausted and some people will feel vomit when they go into the cave. Yeah, that's right.
A man called Jack McGann. He was on the cliff with his dog one day, and his dog chased after a rabbit into an opening in the mountain. And Jack went in after his dog to get it back. So that opening is the entrance that we just came through. Now thankfully he did get his dog home safe and sound. And after that, Jack came back to the cave again by himself, with just a candle and matches to do some exploring. And in fairness to him, he got pretty far into the cave, but I'll talk more about that a bit later on. Now I don't know about any of you, but if I found a place like this, I would tell somebody, to be honest. But in 1973, he met a group of cave explorers from England, totally by chance, in a nearby village. He told them about the cave, and eventually an investigation took place, during which they found a lot of different bones from animals like badgers and rabbits and foxes. You know, pretty common animals, but things got very interesting for them when they found those bones over there, inside that cage, and it turned out to belong to a species of bear called the European brown bear. And bears haven't been around Ireland for about 3,000 years, and the bears will be sleeping inside the cave over the winter because of course it will be good shelter for them. The cave also stays the same temperature all the time. It stays about 10 degrees Celsius all the time in here. So even if it was freezing outside, it'd still be nice and warm in here. But anyway, thankfully we won't be running. Made by water underground. It's really to do with the fact that all the rock we're surrounded by here, this is all limestone. And the thing about the limestone is if you look just above us here, you'll see it's naturally filled with cracks. And these cracks allow water to come down from the surface of the mountain, which is why everything's wet in here. It's how the cave would have started forming. We think about 2 million years ago roughly. So if you can imagine back then, all this open space was solid rock, water. You can see the surface of it if you look really close. You can tell it's nice and shiny. So there's rainwater on this these days. It's been collecting calcite from the rock as it comes down through it. Now it's flowing down over the surface and leaves a small amount of calcite behind it. And over time, it's just building up layer by layer, curtain formation or graves. But right on top of it, right up there, we have a bit of an optical illusion. Can you guys see what looks like 2 hands together praying? Yeah. 2 praying hands. So you can only see the shape of the praying hands from your angle. And as we pass by it in a minute, if you keep watching, you're going to see that the praying hands are going to start shaking and disappearing. It's just the way it naturally grew. So the cave is absolutely filled with optical illusions like this. But anyway, we'll move on again. Right ahead, what's now we have a bridge. So head and shoulders on the right. Is everybody okay with the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So I'll go back to talking about Jack again for just a minute. So when Jack came into the cave in 1940 to do his exploring, this was a star that he had with only a candle to light his way in barely two. He got down to the bottom, but he couldn't get up to the side that I'm standing on. So Jack left the cave, like I said earlier, and he didn't mention it to anybody until he met those cavers in 1973. Then just a few years later, in 1976, the cave opened up as a show cave to the public for the first time. But at that time, there was no bridge here yet, so the tour ended over on that side, and it went straight back out from there. So it was considerably shorter. But during 1977, the cavers came back and they actually managed to go through a pile of rocks that was blocking the way up there, and they found more of the cave. And this waterfall is completely dependent on the weather, so sometimes it's not flowing at all. Another time, if you get to such a point where anybody standing on the bridge could be splashed by the water, which is why I tend to stand over here. But it could also be so loud you wouldn't be able to hear me talking properly at all. And that's of course when it's really raining heavily outside. But no matter how heavily the waterfall flows, it never fills up down at the bottom. You can see it cooling down there, but the water is going to drain straight down through these rocks. And about 20 minutes later, it's going to come out at the bottom of the hill. Outside in that small pond, you might see this fountain down below, the size of our spray system. So that's where that water goes. And it just means that beneath it, we have 4 caves in the mountain. And it must be fairly easy to fill that water out so fast. But we can't get into them, so we don't exactly know what they look like. So now, just above the waterfall, we've got more. So, pointing these down at the previous spot, these are actually hollow, like drinking straws. So they're called straw stalactites, and water can drip down through them, which is how they grow. So whenever water drops, it leaves a microscopic ring. Now we're going to go down, take the making carefully coming down. Okay, so just at the previous stop, I was talking about the straw stalactites, and you can see a few more hanging from the rocks. Right in front of us here now, we have another type of stalactite. And the thing is, the straws will transform into these over time. They get locked up inside by calcite building up inside them. And the way that will work is, of course, when the straws are blocked, water can't come down through them anymore. It has to find a way outside to show visitors what the cave is naturally like. So what I'm saying is, if it's okay, would I be allowed to turn off the lights for just a minute? If you need them on, you know, beforehand, just let me know. Here we go.
Wow.
I can see the screen of a phone on back here. Okay, we'll move on again. Just ahead of us, we have a flight of steps going down. There are 22 steps. They're nice and big. Take it nice and carefully.
Okay. ये देख
कितने साल लगे होंगे ये बनाते हुए? बारिश हो रही है।
Can you mind your right?
Chứ có vẻ nhanh như thế.
thing is, this waterfall is actually different to the one that we saw earlier. The one we saw earlier was dependent on the weather, but this one must be fed by some kind of a river, because this is constantly flowing like this all the time. So it does get a bit stronger, but it's always this kind of flow. Okay. So there must be some kind of a river above us in the mountain somewhere, because there's no river on top of the mountain. So it must be another cave somewhere above us, feeding that river. Now we haven't got up into it, so we don't exactly know what it is. It is constantly going like that. And this is a very common feature in caves. It's called a pitch. And you know, there's actually a cave very close to here that has an 18-metre pitch straight down. So you'll of course have to go down there with ropes and stuff. But you get down there safe and sound, and you'll be able to keep going to the cave. Then about half a kilometre from here, the cave is going to start changing direction. It's going to start going this way now, by right. And from there you'll be crawling, because the mountain is 4 kilometres long in that direction. And of course it's still getting taller. But thankfully we're not going. But you might feel like a bit of a long tunnel, but it's only half the length of the cave that we were going to stick with. It's only 255 metres long. But anyway, we'll move on again. And you might remember earlier on I was talking about the fact that we had bears hibernating inside the cave. Well, these days we don't anymore, thankfully, but we do still have wildlife inside the cave. They come into the cave every single day and they'd be hibernating in here as well. We've got bats in here. And there's really no need to be nervous about that, because to be honest with you, they're super cute and they're totally harmless. And they tend to stay in a deeper part of the cave that we don't go to anyway. But it's a very, I might actually try to help your imagination with this a bit, just a second. It's a very rare species of bat called the lesser horseshoe bat, and you can only really find them on the west coast of Ireland and the west coast of Britain. And the reason they're so rare is because they're the only bats in Ireland who can't actually crawl. Most bats can crawl into little cracks and find shelter and stuff, but these guys can't. They need to be able to fly straight into where they live and straight back out again. And there aren't many places like that for them, so their habitats are very limited. But this particular cave is quite good for them. So the reason I'm talking about them here in particular is because they can actually go in and out of the cave through our exit that we have up here, and they can actually use this part of the cave as like a junction to go to any other part of the cave they want to. So it's very important that we keep this nice and clear for them. So sometimes they would frequent here, to be honest. But you might be wondering, in reality the bats are not that big, so it's no worry. In fact, they're absolutely tiny. They're so small their body mass could fit inside a golf ball. They're absolutely tiny, cute little balls of grey fluff. The fully grown lesser are able to pinpoint exactly where insects are in the sky and catch them as they're flying. And it's because when they're idle, when they're just after waking up, of course they're hanging, but they're constantly doing this little shake with their bodies, constantly. And what they're doing is they're just bringing their body temperatures up after sleeping. You know? So it's really kind of funny and cute to see at the same time. But anyway, bats are protected by law in Ireland, all species of bats, so we really don't go near them. We tend to just leave them do their thing, and we share the cave with them. I might send you out ahead of me, just in this direction, and as you go, will you please just mind your head, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy now. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Bye now.
So this is the end of the Aillwee cave. Now we are heading up to the bird show. So did you like that cave, guys? What about you, Sunny? Did you enjoy the cave?
Oh yeah.
It's a beautiful view of the Ballyvaughan site. Where they do the bird show up here. Unfortunately, it's raining here. We all are waiting for the bird show. So the birds will come up in any second with the trainer on. And then we're gonna show you around what they do. It's basically starts raining here.
Birds, I'm just going to go through a couple of health and safety things and also what the other things that we do here aside from flying birds. So when the birds do come out, I'm just going to have to ask you to scan the seeds, don't hit the birds, don't put the bag in, and that's pretty much it. Just don't get out of your way, ideally. It might get a little bit close to your head if anyone's nervous about that, especially the first bird that ideally get right up close and personal as the flying around you. So just get bear that in mind if anyone's a little bit nervous. Do you have anyone that's scared of birds? No?
No.
That'd be a terrible idea. So a couple things we do here is like flying birds. We're part of a couple conservation groups here. The first being the Golden Eagle Trust, which since 2009 produces 3 species that have successfully reintroduced back in Ireland. The first one being the Golden Eagle itself, which is released up in Donegal. And then the white-tailed eagle and then the red top. So you guys come in here and helping us spot that we're sending out money to get equipment, track them, tag them, see how their offspring are doing, and they're doing fantastically well. We also work with a group over in Nepal for vulture conservation. So in the last 50 years, 99.9% of vultures have been wiped down worldwide, mainly down to a drug called icosapent. It's an anti-inflammatory drug. It can be used overall gel and for sore muscles. That has a good mark in it. Farmers are using our working livestock, so that livestock eventually passes away, the vultures will eat it, and my opinion about it, I can go on about this for hours. But that's just a little bit about what we do here aside from that, and you guys coming here and the donation that we get also contribute to that. €1 can actually buy a cow over in the hall. So when that cow comes to that's the first on the way. So keep an eye out for the first bird you see. Go! So this is Sandy. Taking an interest in Sandy, not a vulture. He's a Matador eagle. Hello, good boy, good boy. So Backy is from sub-Saharan Africa, at least 5 years old. We didn't take him from sub-Saharan Africa. He actually has a British passport. Just medieval French word for tightrope walking. So you have that little kind of funny dance to do, and there's a little wiggle. That's a definite comes from street performers. So Batty, the reason Batty does that is like most people, it doesn't have the longest tail in the world. And it has a stomach that digests the venom. And Batty does this super cool thing. Batty does this super cool thing where he fluffs up all his feathers in the presence of a snake. So if that snake were going to bite back, then it's going to be full of fluff rather than a face full of Batty, which is ideal for him. He also has quite thick skin on his feet and legs to protect against snake bites. Batty's eyesight is insane. That's what people primarily use to hunt. So his vision is, Batty doesn't go. His vision is about 9 times better than ours. He can see about 9 times further than us and more detail than us. But he also sees more colour than we do. So while he's nice and distracted, while he's distracted, he's not chicken on the ground. He probably lost sight of it by now, I certainly have. But with him, he's glowing. So Batty can see into the ultraviolet spectrum. Look at him go. You see the ultraviolet spectrum, so all the little bits of chicken are going around. He's glowing in my hand, covered in chicken juice. Glowing. Very excited. Batty is he's using those big probably to catch those pearls and really for it. What an eagle's built for do. He has really dense feathers. There we go. Very excited. He uses those big broad wings and dense feathers to catch those pearls. And it's so competitive. It's the sky looking for food. And then he can carry more oxygen. So if you think that he doesn't breathe, you're going to need oxygen. So he can carry 4 times more oxygen in his blood. He's quite comfortable on the ground. There's no issue walking around. He'll spread out his wings a little bit, keep them off the ground. He can be like, he is every hour this morning. So Batty has a really cool color changing face. So when Batty is happy, it's a bit like us blushing. Batty's face will be bright red, kind of like it is now. Kind of getting excited or flustered, we'll blush. When he's kind of angry, a little bit annoyed when it's raining or really windy and I'm like, he'll go yellow and be sick just like us and we'll care. Boy. Do you have any questions about that? So Batty has kind of relative, but on any day that he doesn't want to do it, on any day that he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to. There's nothing I can do about that. These guys are weighed every time before they fly, so we can get a rough idea if they're really fast. If he's too hung he does a little bit of work for me, and I give him a little bit of chicken in return. But Falconer was originally for hunting and getting food. Now I don't really want to make like Batty go die. I have no use for him. If Falconer would you use, and they would get you your food and you get them a reward. That's how it works. And that's around Batty. You'll probably see kind of the second. Oh boy. Translators, just a little bit of extra security. Now I know Batty's got a great way. He's looking like he's wanting to do the work. He's enjoying the food he's getting for it. But if he sees a dead rat out in the field, why would he go get it? And he's going to stand in a tree then, because I'm used to doing that. Like, oh, cut that tree. So if you know where he is, if he decides to take off and go for a wander, we have a little bit of knowledge on where it is. So that we don't often have to do stuff. Even though we But Batty is only 2 kg, so all his bones are all over his feet, right? That's what produces the red blood cells and the oxygen. But it's just a whole lot of fluff there. That's all it is. It's just big fluffy bubbles. That's a long flight for me as well.
saying 2.5 people. Let's try that again. Right, guys, will I release the beast? Oh, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Coffee to get you guys going today. Will I release the beast?
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's happening? No, we all terrified. Where we are? There's a couple of all. Yeah. This is Jess. Does anyone know what Jess is? I don't know, yeah. Found all over the world with two exceptions. They do not like electric conditions, they do not like arts conditions. I don't blame them. Well, now, before we start talking about all these more complicated, and sure, that's a factor, but the big one, guys, is rodenticide. We don't like it when rodents are around our homes and businesses. That's fair enough. The problem is, there's a huge issue with secondary poisoning across the vast majority of wildlife, but in this country, are really suffering at the hands of it. When you think about it, we poison a rodent, he doesn't die instantly. He slows down. And a slow rodent is easy prey for a barnout. A barnout gets secondary poisoning as a result. Now, there was a study done that published their findings, and it stated that more than 85% of those carcasses had rodenticide in them. We always like to mention the C or U here. The campaign for responsible rodenticide use. Now I know that's a no, remember, right? But if you're using a rodenticide, look up responsible use. Little things have a huge impact positively on these gorgeous things. For example, if we have a pest problem, we put out the rodenticide. Once the job is done, we take it away. These eyes account for 3% of his body weight. They're very big. In human terms, our eyes account for 0.000. These eyes are huge. My owl is a little bit rough, so I'm going to roughly translate what he's saying. He's going, Gary, where's the food? Where's the food? Where's the food? Where's the food, Gary? I know you have it. Where's the food? And that's what he's doing. Jess, hatched out in captivity. The first thing that Jess saw was a human. And that human fed Jess. In the wild, they're not spoken. There's no reason to. Any questions on this killer?
Has he got many predators himself?
Yeah. They can have predators. I mean, Jess are starting to live here. Jess here is probably like you're supposed to miss. There you go, my friend. That's it. Now we're going to let him finish that. And then like once as well. Think of the bird that's most vulnerable when it's eaten, so get food away as quick as possible. I'm going to put the killer away, guys. Thank you. Good? Hello. Alright, good. Great. I'm James. Come see. I've been out in the folk. Simon, more importantly, he's a Lamafolk, L-A-M-M-E-R. They're found in Southern Europe, Western Asia, and in Cairo, Cape Town, across Africa. L-A-M-M-E-R. He's from Limerick, actually. He's from the same place as the last bird, right?
where we're going to simulate a hunt. They hunt birds and bats and locusts. We've got a target for him to chase. It's this. It's just a piece of leather. But he knows when he touches this, he gets fed. And he's not here because he likes it or he likes you or you guys. It's just a treat. Right? He's going to come off there like water rolling off the hill. He's the same colour as the rocks. It's like a leopard in the grass. Imagine you guys are a flock of birds out in Africa. You've got to try and spot it. Okay? I'm going to pull this away at the last second to simulate the birds spotting it, and we're going to make him do some work. Watch him, okay? You're not here to see me, I'm only going to disappoint you. You're here to see the birds fly, you know? And keep watching him as he does his routine, and don't stand up, okay? Really, really important. Simon will tell us when he's on his way, okay? He sounds very much like Jacob, but listen out for the radio call, because he will say, yo, I'm on my way, just to make our life a little bit easier. He's on the way. You guys ready? This is the climax of the display, guys. So get excited, alright? This is like the build-up. I can see it. No, that's a pigeon. You guys see it? Oh, he's on the left. Look at this. Check it out. So that was quite a stealthy approach, wasn't it? And do watch him. I'm going to keep pointing him out to you guys. You're not here to see a man swing a piece of leather, you know? You're here to see the falcons.
Wow.
We're in their aerobatics. So, look at that. Pulling this away. Simulating those birds avoiding him. We want to maintain this fitness. It's our job to keep him fit, just like galloping a horse. And, yeah, whatever he's trying to catch. You're going to want to dodge him, isn't it? Good lad. He's very similar to a peregrine, if you see this silhouette here in Ireland, especially I can't see that sun. On the coast or out in our town. There he is, up there, bird. Watch him, not me. He's a bit repetitive. He did this yesterday, okay? So Simon's like 11, and we never accept this thing. That the birds are fit.
Ooh.
We always try to love it. So, what we want to see Simon do is downwind passes like he's doing one together. These are faster, they're more committed, and it's a bit more intense, isn't it? It's quicker. And what we want to see him do is sneak up. If he does a sneak up approach, we'll let him win. Of course, that's going to encourage him. And don't grit, honestly, he won't get it wrong. I can see your face. Here, like this one's going to be quite close to you guys. But he's brilliant. Simon lives in a world that's completely different to ours. You know, a second and a centimetre are just a different thing. Honestly, come on, Simon. He did it yesterday. He just, here we go, baby, kind of. Yeah. Alright, so he's done enough work to reward him. And that was pretty cool, wasn't it? We'll let him have his reward. Were you grimacing in fear of him flying into you, or you can take my bird? Yeah. Oh, you flew right over your head. Whoa, that's so cool. Now, this is a pretty obvious statement. We only know the world of his house 2 days ago, and it was 60 hertz, yeah? The TV flashed itself to 60 hertz. 60 images a second. You don't see that, do you? These guys see twice as fast. I think, yeah, like 100, 120 images a second. So everything's happening close together. He has 2 images in each eye, one for depth so it doesn't fly into your head, and one looking out for trouble. Now, it's very clear he was hunting, wasn't it? Eagles are coming. Eagles are going to eat him. He lives in Africa, everything's going to eat him, right? So he's nervous. So he's using a peripheral thing, like outside image, more sensitive to movement, and yeah, and he's using his wings to hang touch. If you were up there, how about that? Just see a fluffy rock. I tell you what, I'm not holding this. Simon's just realised it's flying twice in there if you're wrong. Harry's going to do a bit of practice with it. So it's not very comfortable. Any questions on it? Yeah, so Simon's 11, he should live into his 20s if we're lucky. But yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
How long have you got him?
11, yeah. What's that?
How long have you got him?
Yeah, 11.
You haven't?
Yeah. Yeah, so they're actually fully grown at 16 weeks, believe it or not. So yeah, 16 weeks fully grown. That's weird, really picked up, isn't it? It's actually an amazing day to fly the birds. Sort of actually it's really good. So you can fly different levels too. Everyone's not kind of something high in character. I actually lost it a bit. We That's why I told you you make a mix. Anybody else over here? Any more filling questions? Here.
So that's the visit of the Aillwee cave today. We enjoyed it a lot today. So we had a good day. It's a bit of rain, but that's okay. Okay.